Level 1. The Curious Kid. You are 12 years old. You live in a small house at the end of a quiet street. Your mom works nights at a hospital. Your dad fixes cars and comes home tired. You have a younger sister named Mia. She is 8. She follows you everywhere. Your bedroom has one window and an old desktop computer. The computer was your uncle's before he gave it away. It is slow. It hums like a refrigerator. You love it more than anything you own. You are not popular at school. You are not an athlete. You are the kid who reads the manual that came with the printer. You are the kid who takes the remote control apart to see inside. Your hands always smell like dust and warm plastic. One night, you cannot sleep. You type a question into a search bar. How do websites work? The answer pulls you down a hole that has no bottom. You read about servers. You read about code. You read about people who break into things. You find a forum where strangers talk in a language you do not understand yet. They use words like exploit and payload and shell. It sounds like magic. It sounds like power. You want to understand it. You stay up until 3 in the morning reading. The next day you are exhausted at school. You do not care. Your head is full of something new. You go home and you read more. You teach yourself a little bit of code from a free website. Your first program prints your name on the screen. It is nothing. It feels like everything. You learn that information wants to move. You learn that systems have rules. You learn that rules have gaps. You start to see the world differently. Every login box is a door. Every door has a lock. Every lock can fail. Your parents think you are doing homework. Mia thinks you are playing games. You let them believe it. You like having a secret. The secret is just curiosity for now. It will not stay that way. You do not know that yet. You are 12, and the door is already open. Level 2. The Script Kiddie. You are 15 now. The hum of that old computer is gone. You saved 2 years of birthday money and built your own machine. It is faster. It glows. You sit in front of it most nights while the rest of the house sleeps. You have learned a hard truth. You are not as good as you thought. The real hackers write their own tools. You cannot do that yet. So you do what beginners do. You download other people's tools and point them at targets. The community has a name for you. Script Kiddie. It is an insult. It means you use weapons you do not understand. It stings because it is true. You promise yourself you will get past it. You start small. You crash a classmate's game server for a laugh. You guess weak passwords on accounts that belong to strangers. You deface a tiny website that nobody reads. You feel like a genius. You are not. You are just standing on tools other people built. You join chat rooms full of teenagers like you. Everyone is bragging. Everyone is lying. Half of them know less than you. A few of them know far more. You learn to tell the difference. You attach yourself to the ones who actually know things. One of them goes by a handle you will never forget. He answers your questions when nobody else will. He sends you links. He tells you what to read. He becomes the closest thing to a teacher you have. You never learn his real name. You get careless once. You scan a network without hiding yourself. A letter arrives at your house. It is from an internet provider. It warns about suspicious activity. Your dad opens it. He does not understand it. You tell him it is spam. He believes you. That night, you do not sleep. You realize there are people watching. You realize the door swings both ways. You learn to cover your tracks. You learn about staying hidden. You are 15 and you have just felt fear for the first time. It will not be the last. Level 3. The Hobbyist. You are 18. You graduated high school by the smallest margin. Teachers said you were smart but lazy. They were half right. You were never lazy. You just spent your attention somewhere they could not see. You did not go to a fancy college. You took community classes and worked at an electronics store. You spend the days selling cables to people who do not understand them. You spend the nights becoming someone your customers would never guess existed. Something has changed in you. You stopped using other people's tools. You started writing your own. It is slow and frustrating. Your first scripts are ugly. They break constantly. But they are yours. The insult finally stops applying. You join a real community now, not the bragging teenagers. A private forum where the conversation is serious. People here have skills. People here have respect. You earn your place by helping others and never asking for credit. You learn that reputation is the only currency that matters. You spend whole weekends on a single problem. You forget to eat. You forget to call your sister back. Mia is 14 now, and she misses you. She knocks on your door, and you wave her off. You tell yourself you will make it up to her later. You start finding flaws in real software, not toys, actual programs that millions of people use. The first time you find one, your hands shake. You are holding a key the people who built the lock do not know exists. It is the purest feeling you have ever had. You face a choice that every person at this level faces. You can report what you find and help fix it, or you can keep it and use it. For now, you report it. You email the company. You write it carefully, with screenshots and clear steps. You want them to understand exactly what you found. They thank you politely. They do not pay you. They do not even fix it for months. That bothers you more than it should. You did the right thing and got nothing. Somewhere in the back of your mind, a small voice asks a question. What if you had not been so honest? You push the voice away. You are 18 and still one of the good ones. Still. Level 4. The Bug Bounty Hunter. You are 21. The electronics store is behind you. You found out that companies will pay for the flaws you find. It is called a bug bounty. It is legal. It is real money. It is the first time your obsession pays a bill. You work from a tiny apartment with a mattress on the floor. You have 3 monitors and a coffee machine that never turns off. You wake at noon and work until dawn. The schedule is brutal. You have never been happier. The work is a hunt. A company says, here is our system, find the holes. You pick it apart piece by piece. You read code for hours looking for one mistake. Most days you find nothing. Some days you find gold. On the good days, the whole world shrinks to a single line of code. Hours vanish without warning. Your coffee goes cold beside you and you never notice. Your first big payout is $4,000. You found a flaw that let you into accounts that were not yours. You reported it. They paid you within a week. You stared at the number on your screen for a long time. You called your mom and did not tell her how you earned it. You get good fast. You climb the leaderboards on the big platforms. Your handle starts to mean something. Companies request you by name. You start making more in a month than your dad made in a year fixing cars. He does not understand the job. He is proud anyway. You meet a woman during this time. Her name is Sarah. She works in design. She thinks your job is impressive and a little scary. She does not fully get it. She gets you. You start spending nights with her instead of your monitors. She cooks badly and laughs about it. She makes the apartment feel like a home instead of a workstation. It is the first balance you have ever known. But the work has a shadow. You spend all day thinking like a criminal so you can stay legal. You learn exactly how to steal in order to prove it is possible. The line between the two is thinner than anyone admits. You stand on that line every single day. You meet other hunters at a conference. Some of them have stories that do not add up. Nice cars, vague jobs. They hint at work that pays far more than any bounty. They look at you like they are measuring you. You are 21, and people are starting to notice what you can do. Level 5. The Penetration Tester. You are 24. A security firm offered you a real job with a salary and benefits. You took it. You wear a badge now. You are a penetration tester. Companies pay your firm to break into them on purpose. It is the dream version of what you do. You hack for a living, and the law is on your side. A client signs a contract. The contract says you are allowed. Then you attack them with everything you have. When you get in, you write a report instead of stealing. You learn that breaking into a company is rarely about clever code. It is about people. You send a fake email and someone clicks it. You call the front desk and pretend to be from tech support. You walk into a building wearing a fake badge and nobody stops you. A receptionist even holds the door open for you. She wishes you a good morning. You smile and thank her by a name that is not yours. This skill has a name: social engineering. You are good at it. Too good. You learn to read what a person wants to hear and then say it. You learn that the strongest firewall in the world is useless against a friendly voice. You marry Sarah this year. It is a small wedding. Your mom cries. Your dad shakes your hand for a long time. Mia is your witness. She is 20 now and studying to be a nurse like your mom. You feel like your life has finally arranged itself. You have a wife, a steady job, and a future that looks clean. For a while, you let yourself believe it will stay that way. The job is steady, but the money has a ceiling. You see it clearly now. The firm bills the client a fortune and pays you a fraction. You do the dangerous part. Someone above you takes the profit. You have felt this before. You felt it at 18. A man approaches you after a conference talk. He is polite and well-dressed. He says he admires your work. He hints at projects that operate in a gray area. The pay he mentions is obscene. He gives you a way to reach him. He does not give you a name. You go home to Sarah that night and say nothing about it. You tell yourself you are happy. You tell yourself the salary is enough. But you keep the way to reach him. You do not delete it. You are 24, and you just took the first step toward the dark side. You do not feel it move. Level 6. The Black Hat. You are 28. You did not decide to cross the line in one moment. You crossed it slowly, one small job at a time. The first job was just gathering information. The pay was too good to refuse. The second job was a little worse. By the 10th, you stopped counting. You are a black hat now. The white hat finds flaws and reports them. The black hat finds them and uses them. The work is the same. The intent is the opposite. You are still the most talented person in most rooms. Now your talent breaks the law. You quit the security firm. You told everyone you went freelance. It is not technically a lie. You work for whoever pays. Sometimes that is a company spying on a rival. Sometimes it is worse. You stopped asking what the data will be used for. Not asking is the job. You tell yourself the buyer is responsible for what they do. You are only selling a key. The lie is thin, but you have gotten good at thin lies. The money is unlike anything you have known. You move out of the apartment into a real house. Sarah is thrilled and confused. She asks how the contracts pay so much. You tell her cybersecurity is a hot field. It is true enough to believe. She wants to believe it. You live two lives now. In one life, you are a husband who grills on weekends and pays his taxes. In the other, you are a ghost who breaks into networks at 3 in the morning. You keep the two lives in separate rooms inside your head. You never let them meet. You learn to launder what you earn. You route money through accounts and currencies that are hard to trace. You learn the same skills a drug dealer learns, except your product is access. You sell keys to doors that other people will walk through to do harm. You never see the rooms behind those doors. You tell yourself that means it is not really you. Sarah gets pregnant this year. The news splits you in half. One half is overjoyed. The other half is terrified. You are about to bring a child into a life built on a secret. You promise yourself you will get out before he is old enough to understand. You will not keep that promise. A new opportunity finds you. A crew that runs ransomware wants someone with your skills. The money makes your current jobs look like pocket change. You know exactly what ransomware does. It locks hospitals and cities and ruins lives. You think about the offer for 3 days. You are 28 and you say yes. Level 7. The Ransomware Affiliate. You are 31. Your son was born 2 years ago. His name is Leo. He is the best thing you have ever made, and you cannot tell him how you pay for his room. You hold him at night and feel like a fraud. You hold him anyway. You are an affiliate now. The crew built the ransomware. You are one of the people who deliver it. They give you the weapon and a cut of every ransom. Your job is to get inside a target and let the weapon loose. Then you wait for the money. You break into a company the way you once broke in legally. The skills are identical. Only the ending changed. Before, you wrote a report. Now you encrypt everything they own and leave a note. The note demands payment. The clock starts ticking for them, not for you. Your first target is a logistics company. You spend 2 weeks inside their network learning everything. You find their backups and destroy them quietly. Then you pull the trigger. Their entire business freezes. The ransom is paid in 3 days. Your cut is more than you made in a year as a tester. You stare at the wallet balance and feel nothing you expected to feel. You wait for the thrill from your bug bounty days. It does not come. You tell yourself they are just companies. You tell yourself they have insurance. Then one job hits a hospital. The systems go down. You read later that surgeries were delayed. You do not know if anyone died. You make yourself stop reading. You have done this before, learning not to look. You learned it at 12 when you stopped asking who owned the accounts. You learned it again at 28. Each time it gets a little easier, and that is the part that scares you. The work changes you. You sleep badly. You snap at Sarah over nothing. She knows something is wrong. She asks you directly one night. She asks if you are in trouble. You look at her and you lie to her face. It is the easiest and worst lie you have ever told. You are good at this. That is the curse. The crew leadership notices your numbers. You bring in more money than affiliates twice your age. You are precise. You are careful. You never leave a trail. They start giving you bigger targets and more trust. You are climbing a ladder you wish you had never touched. Mia calls you that winter. She is a nurse now, working at a hospital like your mom did. She tells you about a cyber attack that hit her workplace. She is shaken. She asks if you have heard of such things. You say no. You are 31, and you just lied to your sister about the thing you do. Level 8. The Operator. You are 35. The crew restructured after a member got arrested. A spot opened at the top. You had the skills and the trust to fill it. Nobody handed you a title. The others simply started waiting for your decisions. That waiting was the promotion. You are an operator now. You do not break into systems with your own hands much anymore. You run the people who do. You recruit talent. You vet new affiliates. You decide which targets are worth the risk. You decide which ones will bring the law down on everyone. You manage a crew you have never met in person. They live in different countries. You know them only by handles, the way you once knew your first teacher. You communicate through encrypted channels that delete themselves. You trust no one completely. Trust is how operators get arrested. The money is now an abstract thing. It arrives in amounts you cannot fully spend. You own the house outright. Sarah drives a car that costs more than your childhood home. She has stopped asking how. She decided long ago that some answers are not worth having. She loves the life and fears the source. You become a manager of risk more than a hacker. You spend your days weighing odds. Is this target too big? Will this affiliate talk if he is caught? Is this payment a trap set by investigators? Every choice could end with men at your door. You learn to live with that pressure. It lives in your shoulders and behind your eyes. You have not slept a full night in years. You drink too much coffee and tell yourself it is only the work. You also become something you did not expect, a judge. Your affiliates bring you disputes. One stole from another. One went quiet and might be cooperating with police. You decide what happens. Your word is final. You think about how strange that is. You started by taking a printer apart. Now you decide men's fates. A boy who took a printer apart to see the gears. That boy would not recognize the man in this chair. The walls close in slowly. You learn that federal investigators have a name for your crew. They have a task force. They have been mapping your operation for 2 years. You feel them getting closer. You move money. You change channels. You tell your people to go quiet. You are 35 and you can feel the clock. You look at Leo across the dinner table one night. He is 6 now. He asks you what you do for work. You tell him you keep computers safe. He smiles and believes you completely. You smile back and feel something break inside you. You are lying to your son with the same ease you lie to everyone. Level 9. The State Operator. You are 40. The crew did not fall apart. It was absorbed. A government intelligence service learned what you could do. They had 2 options: arrest you or use you. They chose to use you. They made you an offer that was not really an offer. You said yes because the alternative was prison. You are a state operator now. You work for people who never admit you exist. Your skills did not change. Your employer did. You break into the networks of foreign governments and companies. You steal secrets for a flag instead of for a ransom. They call it national security. You call it the same work with a cleaner name. The protection is real. The same investigators who hunted you now leave you alone. A quiet word was passed. Your old crimes were buried. In exchange, you do the jobs that no agency wants its name attached to. You are deniable. If you are caught, they will say they never heard of you. The targets are bigger than anything you imagined. Power grids, banks, the systems that run entire countries. You sit at a keyboard and hold the ability to turn off the lights in a city. The power is enormous. The loneliness is worse. You cannot tell a soul what you do. Not your wife, not your sister, not your son. The biggest part of your life is a room nobody else can enter. Sarah and you have grown apart. She lives in the same house but in a separate life. She knows you work for the government now in some vague capacity. She stopped asking years ago. The silence between you is its own kind of marriage. You stay together for Leo. You are not sure he is fooled. You think about your sister sometimes. Mia married a good man and has 2 kids. She thinks you work in computer security for a contractor. She is not wrong. She just does not know what kind. You see her at holidays. You hug her and feel the distance you put there yourself. She was 8 years old and following you everywhere once. Now she is a grown woman you keep at arm's length to protect her. You think about the curious kid in the bedroom with the humming computer. He wanted to understand how things worked. He wanted to feel powerful and unalone. You got everything that kid wanted. You got it by becoming something he would not recognize. You are 40, and you are the most capable ghost in the room. Some nights you stare at the ceiling and do the math. You have spent your whole life slipping through doors that were not yours. You have hurt people you never saw. You have served a flag that would drop you in a heartbeat. You did things your country needed done. You will never be thanked for any of them. Level 10. The Ghost. You are 50 years old. They let you walk away 2 years ago. There was no ceremony. There was no medal. There was a final meeting in a building with no name. A man you had never met thanked you for your service. Then he reminded you that you never existed. You live in a small house far from any city. The monitors are gone. The encrypted channels are silent. The hum of that first old computer is 40 years behind you, and you can still hear it. You wanted once to understand how the world worked. Now you understand it too well. Sarah left in the end. She did not slam any doors. She simply stopped pretending. And one day, her side of the closet was empty. You do not blame her. You spent 30 years being a stranger she happened to live with. The marriage was over long before she packed. Leo is 21 now. He is in college studying engineering. He still believes you kept computers safe for a living. In a strange way, that is true. He calls on Sundays. The calls are short and careful. You answer every one. You are terrified that one Sunday, the calls will stop. Mia knows a little more now. She figured out years ago that your work was not normal. She never asked the full question because she did not want the full answer. She visits sometimes. She is the only person on earth who knew you before the door opened. You hold on to her like a rope. Your parents are gone. Your mom passed while you were on a job you cannot describe. You missed the last weeks. You told yourself the work could not wait. You were wrong. That regret sits with you in the quiet hours, and it does not leave. You are out, but you are not free. You report to no one now, yet you flinch at every unmarked car. You changed your name twice. You sweep your own house for devices out of habit. The fear that kept you alive for decades does not switch off. It just has nowhere left to point. You think about all of it in the hours before dawn. The companies you ruined. The hospital you may have helped harm. The secrets you stole and the flag that buried your name. None of it officially happened. None of it will ever be acknowledged. You carry the whole weight alone, and you always will. Somewhere, right now, a 12-year-old boy cannot sleep. His house is quiet. His parents are asleep down the hall. He sits in front of a glowing screen in a dark room. He types a question into a search bar. How do websites work? The answer pulls him down a hole that has no bottom. He thinks he is just curious. He thinks he is in control. He has no idea that the door is already open, and that it only swings one way. He will figure it out. They always do. The cycle continues.